Please welcome Macklemore. So great to have you here.
So good to be here.
Welcome to Australia.
Thank you.
You recently celebrated the 10th anniversary since Thrift Shop, the song that started it all for you.
Yes.
How much has life changed for you over the last 10 years?
Oh, I have more money. Yes, 10 years. It's been quite the journey. I've rapped for a really long time. So even like talking about like the song that started it all, yes, that was a song that introduced me to the world on this scale. But I was a underground rapper for a really long time before that. It just feels like I've been rhyming words for most of my life. And it's great to be back here. I'm just excited. I love this place. Wow. It's my favorite place. It's the nicest people. Wow. And I heard you talking to Craig David about you don't necessarily believe everyone that says that. Do you guys believe me?
Yeah, we do.
You do?
I do.
You do. That's why I wear sunglasses.
I mean, you're right. You do have a lot of money now because you can afford knee surgery in America. You had it recently, and
Yes.
only you can make knee surgery look rock and roll. I mean, what is? I've never done this after
You haven't
surgery.
done that?
I've never after surgery got up in my undies. And just stood
Thank you
up.
guys for showing this picture. Can we go back? Get that picture. Yep.
There's a bit of advertising going on there, isn't there?
Yes, absolutely. I mean, if you can't get up on the bed after knee surgery, the surgeon didn't do his job.
Can we get serious for a second? Your new single, Faithful, is about your struggle with addiction. How are things now? What kind of place are you in now?
Ever since I put that song out, everyone's like, how are you? Things are good. Things are good. I think that song was written after a relapse that I had at the beginning of COVID. And so much of my recovery is based on being amongst other people with addiction and being a part of that community. I think that's a massive element of just feeling a part of. And without that, of kind of being isolated at home, all of a sudden my routines are thrown off and ended up back in that place of active addiction for a couple weeks in 2020. And luckily it wasn't too long, but it was still very painful and took a lot of rebuilding, trust with people like my wife and other people in my life. And it's always extremely painful to come back from a relapse. But one thing about Faithful and just music in general is I believe that there is a therapeutic value of talking about struggles. There is not a linear path to the process of recovery, and I want to be able to be honest and share my struggles and my triumphs day to day.
Yeah, and you've certainly done that. But even beyond that, like I know the opioid crisis, for example, in the US is something you've spoken a lot about. And even, I think you spoke to Barack Obama when he was in office about it. You were very keen for the US government to be doing something about it. It's a massive, massive crisis in the US. What exactly do you want to see the government doing, though, to deal with that issue?
That's a big question. It's a great question, and it's one without an easy answer. I think one thing is that we don't treat the disease of addiction like a disease. We treat it like it's a shortcoming. We treat it like it's someone's personal, ethical, moral failing, and there's not resources. We have so many different resources for different diseases, but when it comes to the disease of addiction, where I'm from in Washington State, in our county, which is where Seattle is, King County, there's no rehabilitation. So we have such an epidemic, such a massive problem, and yet we don't have places for people to go and get help. So I think it starts locally, state to state, but people need to have access to be able to get the resources to recover. If it wasn't for me going to treatment for the first time in 2006, I wouldn't be up here today.
Yeah.
I want to do a bit of a U-turn at the moment because you have beautiful people in your life, including your gorgeous daughter, Sloane. Now, lots of stage performers have stage mums. I've got a feeling you've got a stage daughter. This is Sloane giving you some advice before you went on stage. We have to know, what did she say?
Your outfit is wrinkled. You should have used a lint roller. No, she is... She's hilarious. She's very opinionated. She gets it from her mother. She's brutally honest. Like, honest to the point that I'm like, yo, you can lie a little bit. You can sugarcoat the truth, but she's amazing. I've been writing songs with her. She's been in the studio. She freestyles. She's, I think, fantastic with melody. It's just cool to see, like, this little 7-year-old with these brilliant ideas. Like, she can literally just freestyle a song and have a hook that she comes back to, and I'm just like, you know, so proud of her.
Yeah.
Before we let you go, we need to bring up an incident that happened on the project last time you were here, which was you revealed to your good friend Waleed that you conceived your beautiful daughter to a Shaggy song. And we have some follow-up questions.
At a Shaggy concert, by the way.
Oh, yes, yes.
While he was on.
Yeah, it wasn't even the song.
No, no.
It was just the whole concert.
It was public. Oh, okay. So we were going to ask what song, but it sounds like it was a whole album.
Can you give us the set list?
Put it on Spotify.
3 hour set list.
You know, sometimes when you're out on the road, you know, we were at a festival. He was on after me. We went back to the bus, and you make a child. And that's what happened. And
Does Shaggy know? Because Shaggy's coming here next week. Does he know?
He's gonna know. I have to tell him. I have to tell Shaggy.
Because if you don't, we will.
You're gonna tell Shaggy.
Yeah.
I will tell Shaggy first. You follow up, please.
Okay.
Yeah.
You'll have enough time to sort of settle in with that thought.
Thank you.
Well, Macklemore is headlining at the Fridays live gigs right around the country. We've got all the details on our website. Would you please thank Macklemore?